Enter the world of the video store. Action, horror, B-movies galore. Dr. Zotto has taken control of your screens to tell you about the movies he's seen. Now turn off the lights and try not to tremble with ghoulish delight. It's VHS Dreadful.
How you doing, movie misfits? I am Dr. Zotto, and here on VHS Dreadful, I pit two seemingly similar VHS tapes against each other to decide which is most worth your time and money as you head out to the video store this weekend. Tonight, I watched the final chapters in two pint-sized creature quadrilogies. That's right, it's Ghoulies 4 versus Critters 4. By the way, before you start reminding me that yes, more Critters movies have been made in recent years, because I only deal in the days of VHS, this is the last Critters movie we will officially recognize here. Deal with it. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Something incredible is happening that will give Sega Genesis even more power. Game Genie now works with your Sega Genesis system in most games, like Sonic the Hedgehog, Kid Chameleon, Toe Jam, and Earl. Game Genie for Sega Genesis.
Excellent. You cast them aside, exiled to the closet. Rescue them. Get most of your old video games out of the closet and play them like new with Game Genie. Jump higher, change levels, live forever.
Excellent!
For your Nintendo Entertainment System, Game Genie from Galoob.
Alright, let's start with Ghoulies 4, which spends most of its time following an absolute schlub of a cop as he investigates a bizarre series of murders. But Jonathan Graves is no ordinary washed-up cop. He's a former occultist who spent his college days dabbling in the dark arts. And he's quickly realizing that his spooky past is coming back to bite him. Or maybe stab him repeatedly, when he discovers the serial killer he's been chasing is actually his demon-worshipping ex-girlfriend who recently escaped from a mental institution. Ghoulies 4 is not a terrible movie, but it does have a big problem. Or should I say it has two little big problems. Two little problems that are a big problem. The titular Ghoulies are torture to watch. In previous entries to the franchise, the creature effects have always taken center stage, but here they just feel like a cheap and very lazy afterthought. Afterthought, more like afterbirth. Ooh, ow, my neck. Imaginative puppets and stop motion have been replaced with little actors in costumes that look like rejects from Troll 2. Oh, and did I mention that they never shut up?
Starting to burn me up.
Well, you know, Dad, the
It's over here.
Oh, this way.
It's over here.
It's this way, man.
Okay, here you go.
I'm in.
Okay, here you
Come
go.
on.
Give me a hand.
All right.
All right.
Man, she really kicked butt.
Hey, no buts about it. We gotta get out of here. What'd you find? What'd you find?
Oh, check it out. Check it out. The jewel.
Oh, gimme.
Mercifully, the Ghoulies are only in about 10% of the movie, even though it's called Ghoulies. And they're completely disconnected from the plot in any meaningful way, even though it's called Ghoulies. So basically, anytime Ghoulies show up in Ghoulies 4, take a pee break, confident in the knowledge that you will not be missing anything of value. Like I said, Ghoulies 4 isn't terrible. There are some genuinely entertaining scenes. Explosions, black leather babes, likable actors, and visually it is a well-made movie. But it's the horror elements that you're craving from a movie like this that are scant at best. For a movie about a demon-worshipping psycho killer, there's next to no gore. It's honestly about as R-rated as a very serious episode of Power Rangers. The whole time I was rooting for this movie to get good, to go for it, And it just never does. Oh, that phone ringing can only mean one thing. Hold on. At Whole Home Video, Dr. Zotto speaking.
Greetings, true believer. It's Stan the Man Lee, and I'm calling with a joke of the day.
Yes, Stan, tell us the joke of the day.
Now, Dr. Zotto, did you hear that they're now saying that diarrhea is hereditary? That's right, it runs in your genes. Runs in your genes.
The signal goes out. A ferocious feline is on the prowl.
It's Catwoman.
But Bruce Wayne's custom coupe is loaded with surprises. Batman returns.
What was that?
It's Batman.
Catwoman sets a trap.
But Batman's unstoppable.
No, I'm not.
Batman strikes back.
Catwoman's been in.
Batman returns. Bruce Wayne figure included with custom coupe. Other figures sold separately.
Alright, now that we've shaken that off, on to our second movie of the night, Critters 4. At the end of Critters 3, our hero, Charlie, and the very last two critter eggs, or Crite eggs, if you want to be a know-it-all, are put into cryosleep and shot into space. Critters 4 picks up in the far-flung future of 2045 when a crew of space salvagers finds the cryopod adrift. After opening the pod, something they were told to definitely not do by the shady future space government corporation, the critter eggs hatch and the pair of baby critters escape onto the space station, upon which our main characters are also stranded. Surprise, surprise, the ragtag band of two-dimensional, stereotyped crew members separate to explore the station, and surprise, 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 they get eaten by critters one by one. But it is the itsy-bitsy critter count that really hurts Critters 4 the most. The whole point of Critters is how unstoppable they become in big numbers. The whole point of Critters has always been that there's lots of critters. This movie spends most of its time watching boring people sitting around. Although, hats off to Brad Dourif, who you might know as the voice of Chucky, as well as many, many other movie and TV appearances. The guy is B-movie royalty, and he always gives 100%, so it was nice to see him. But at the end of the day, the worst thing a movie can be is boring, and Critters 4 is boring. So obviously tonight was kind of a race to the bottom. There is no great movie here, but based purely on entertainment value, I do have to pick Ghoulies 4 as tonight's winner. It's no masterpiece, but at least I can say I felt like this movie was trying to entertain me in a way that Critters 4 never did. I guess that's it for tonight. I hope you had fun. I did, except for the part where I had to watch two really boring movies, but I got to talk to you about it, so it wasn't all bad. So until next time, remember, whether you are a dirty dog born to sleep in the sun or an alley rat eating up the night, you always have a home here in the video store. Good night.